Can you hear me? I will try to make this sharing as simple and easy as possible. Just leave a message to me if any question. Okay, good. Okay, so let me start. Okay, mostly the basic troubleshooting guide is mostly about how you handle your PC and your laptop. When the problem mostly come out, is mostly on your hardware. I think from the slide I present now, you can see the general hardware issue mostly come from your computer fridge or behaving strangely. So I think this is what we all facing every day. Why suddenly computer is not moving, hang, and cannot move your mouse, this kind of thing. Okay, then second one is another issue will be a computer cannot power up. And then the third one will be your monitor is black out, can't see anything. And then the fourth one, maybe you cannot put up your PC or your laptop. And then another one is why suddenly our keyboard or mouse does not work. So this is a very common hardware issue that we face every day when we're using our computer. Okay, let me explain the detail how the computer feels or behaving strangely. So you can see on this second slide. Okay. Okay, so the measure to solve this problem, you have to find out what cause of the computer. So maybe the first step, you're going to try to restart your computer. Okay, so if you can, if cannot, then you have to force your PC or laptop to shut down. I think the easy way is you have to press the power button either on the PC or the laptop, hold for around 5 to 10 seconds to shut down your PC if you're facing this issue. So mostly the problem can be easily fixed is try to restart first. If this cannot help, then we could go to a second step. We can try to check what's cause of the software that is not responding. So the second would be can use a control or do not delete on your keyboard. So it will come out a task manager. Okay, so I cannot show it over here. So I hope you should know what is task manager. So task manager is to see what kind of software that is running in the background. Okay. So from task manager, you can see the program, whether any program is not responding, then you can right click and then you can end task or the program that is not responding. So this is another way to help you to properly power off your or end task your application. Okay. So the third way will be if this is also cannot help, you can try to, this is what I say is hold down your power button on your machine and wait for a few seconds to fully power off your machine. This is another way you can help to solve your computer issue. Okay, so let's say we go on another problem on the third slide. Okay, so why our computer does not power up? Okay, so we have a lot of reason, the answer why our computer cannot power up. So the first thing maybe you have to check is whether you connect the cable correctly or not to your called the PC, the CPU, and the monitor, whether it properly connected, any loose on the cable, and make sure Okay, this is the first step that you have to go in to check. Then the second step is you have to make sure the power is connected, also power on from your power socket. So this is the second way you can check. Okay, then the third way is whether the power or the cable have any faulty or not. Okay, so this is also another cause of the power, your computer cannot power on. Okay, so make sure you check whether have any light on your power extension strap, power cable, or even the adapter. Okay, so from here you can easily solve the problem you're facing. Okay, the fourth step is will be replace the cable that is working. Okay, maybe the power have some too old, not certified by any computer that this cable is work properly. Okay, so this is the way you have to do. Use another power cable to check as well. Replace it if this is not all the above is can help. So these are one of the way can help you to solve why your computer cannot power up. Okay, another step is whether your computer is have a power, you can hear or you can see whether your PC or laptop have a light or not, by either from the back or from the front of your laptop or your computer. So someone will say that I can on my computer, but I cannot browse internet. So this is the thing that you have to check is your Wi-Fi is connected or not, or your network cable is properly connected or not. If this is a cause of the question that will be happen, okay? So from this slide, you can see all the possibly answer that you can solve by yourself, okay? So on the last step that you can do is try to removing all the power cable and battery, okay? Hold down the power button for about 10 seconds. This is one of the way mostly on the laptop, okay? So try to take out the battery if the laptop have built-in battery and also can be take out. This is one of the way to fully power off the battery before you power on your laptop. If this is the cause of that, so some of the laptop and if your battery that will cause this thing happen as well. Okay, so this is the last step that you can find to solve your problem. Okay, so we go for another problem that also we can facing is nothing appear on the monitor. So let's go and have a look. Mostly is the computer and your monitor cable is not connect properly. Okay, so you can see that every computer you have one cable to the CPU and another end is connected to the monitor, whether it's using a VGA port, HDMI, or display port. Okay, so make sure your monitor have a available port for your cable to connect. So make sure is get the correct cable. Okay, make sure the monitor is securely plugged into the computer. This is what it means. The power make sure is on and the power button on the monitor also make sure is on as well. Okay, so this is another way to check. Make sure the I say already the power cable make sure is connect properly. Okay, another fourth step is make sure your computer have a multiple display port. So this is what I mentioned, whether your CPU and your monitor have a same display port or not. Okay, if you not use the correct one or not connect to the proper port, so you won't see anything from your monitor. Okay, another step is if you have used more than one monitor, so you have to properly configure your how is your display going to show on the another monitor. So you have to check the setting, configure the setting correctly, whether you want it to be duplicate or want it to be extended on your second monitor. So this setting, you have to use the window setting to change it. So this is more technical that you have to maybe search up from the Google to find out how to share two monitors together. Okay, so another problem maybe is if your old monitor, then you have an issue on the brightness or contrast level is set too low, so you can't see it properly. So this is one of the problems that will happen as well. And another one is okay, so your screen become black. It's also maybe cause of your window that is turned on the screensaver. Okay, so when the screensaver is on and the screensaver will auto disable or make your computer in the sleep mode or standby mode, so you only can see all is become a black screen. This is one of the reason as well. Your computer cannot see anything. Okay, so we can now go on another one. Okay, so what is the non-system disk or disk error output? I think now very seldom for this one. Mostly if you're having a hard disk issue or hard disk faulty, you will see this error message when you boot up your PC or laptop. So another reason for this system cannot boot up, maybe is your PC is having a disk on the floppy disk drive or USB drive or DVD drive that is put inside your PC before you're booting up. So try to remove out all your floppy disk or USB disk that is bootable. So you cause this error message to come out. Another thing issue will be if you hear the repeating clanking noise, okay. So I suggest is you should know that your hard disk is not in the good condition. So the best way is to power off, and you have to get someone who have expertise to check on the hard disk. Try to get another new hard disk and back up all data from the existing hard disk, so your data will be safe. That's why we recommend that all when facing this issue, make sure you power off your computer before you get an additional hard disk to replace. Okay, so let me go on another possibility hardware issue. Okay, another one is keyboard or mouse does not work. Okay, I think this is the really most common is your keyboard and mouse cable is not connect properly on your computer. Okay, so make sure you connect it at the back of the CPU. What either is a new type of keyboard, wireless or keyboard, Bluetooth keyboard. Make sure you connect to your PC. Okay, for the cable type, they have an old type called PS2 connector. Another new one, mostly now is using is a USB type, and more latest one or is using a Bluetooth. Okay, so try to find out what type of keyboard or mouse that you are using. Okay, so you can get your keyboard mouse working. Okay, the second is if you're not working, try to unplug, uninstall unpair your Bluetooth mouse or keyboard from the computer. Okay, so this is the way to solve it. Then repair again everything if you're using a Bluetooth. So for the keyboard with the mouse and that will be more easier. So make sure you connect properly to your CPU. Okay. So okay, some keyboard when you connect it, they have a light indicator. You can check it. Either you can use a cap lock or the num lock. Okay. So whether your keyboard is have a power or it's connect properly. Okay. So this is another way to check. And so okay, another way is make sure your keyboard or your laser mouse roller ball is clean. Okay, so you not stuck anything on the mouse. To clean up, just use a dry cloth to wipe out or clean up the dust. Okay. For the last one, so it's I said you have to repair your wireless keyboard mouse. Okay, so you can reset everything and repair. Either if still cannot, make sure you have power. If don't have power, then it's the time for you to replace the battery for your wireless keyboard and mouse. Okay, now we come to the question and answer times. Any question? You can post any question in the chat if you want. Okay, good. So if any question that you want to ask, you can feel free to WhatsApp me, keep me, anything that you want. Okay, I got one question from Sydney. If PC got breakout few seconds, how to solve? So if the breakout, whether it's a power failure or any error from your screen come up, so you have to understand what is the cause of that. Okay, this is another question from Ivan. Is this a good idea to switch off your laptop daily? Okay, for me, I prefer to switch off my laptop after the 8 hours of the working, because every laptop, or I can say it have a lot of call update. It's called a window update. So mostly we schedule our update is after our working hours. So if you not you not restart or you not power off, so the update cannot be applied. So you will facing some kind of really slow when you're using your laptop. Okay, so second question, whether switch off your laptop daily will harm the laptop battery. I can say that when you on your laptop, is always charge your battery. So whether it's good or not, I can say that the battery life is warranty is 1 year. Whether you off or don't off, the battery life is only 1 year. So I can say that if after 1 year, if the warranty is over, whether good or not good, your battery will be decrease slowly. Okay. Okay, for another question from Sydney, no error at screen, just suddenly black out few seconds and then it back to normal. Oh, the Sydney question is just suddenly black out. Mostly from my experience, I saw a lot of mostly at the back of the monitor, the power connected to the monitor is not properly or not tightly connected to the monitor. So when you shake your monitor or CPU, the power will be loose. So that's why you can face some breakout on your monitor. From okay, this another question for Ivan is whether we should unplug our cable after charge 100%. I can say is not necessarily if you need to use it, okay, because our laptop is not can say that can last, our battery can last more than 8 hours, something like that. Okay, so depend on what kind of battery. If the battery is good, maybe I suggest that unplug the chargers after fully charged. Okay, I hope I answer all your question. Okay, another question from Diana. Do we need to defragmentation in order to increase the speed? In last time, in the window, they come up this kind of software called defragment. So actually, it's not really help when you do defragmentation. Why? Because our hard disk, the performance and the speed is what I'm saying is our hard disk is using the old type of hard disk. So the speed is only from 5,400 RPM and 7,000 RPM. So the speed of hard disk is cannot say to speed up anything. In order to speed up your workload or workflow, now the latest technology is to swap your old hard disk, where it's called as a spinning hard disk, to the fresh hard disk called the SSD. That kind of hard disk will help without do any defragmentation. Hope you understand. Any more questions? Okay, if no question, so can we end here? Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.
Okay, thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Thank you.